I'm meteorologist Dan Baumgart from the National Weather Service in La Crosse with a severe weather briefing for today, October 4th, 2013. Today, the severe weather is possible in the area from about 4 p.m. to midnight. We're looking at storms with the possibility of producing damaging winds and large hail. Also, some heavy rainfall could accompany the storms and lightning. Locations, we think all areas will see periods of showers and thunderstorms through Saturday, but the severe storm threat looks mainly to be in Minnesota and Iowa. Here's just a satellite loop, and we see a large circulation over the mountainous west here, over the state of Utah. That's the major storm system that's going to be heading eastward and toward the Great Lakes. There are some storms forming. This morning we expect those to move off to the northeast and then redevelop in the afternoon. Right now we've got a frontal boundary draped across Wisconsin, Iowa, extending back into Colorado where the center of the low pressure system is at the surface. This is going to be moving northeast through the day today. To the south of this boundary, very moist air for October is moving northward through Iowa, and that will be interacting with the frontal zone to cause storms today. So by 7 p.m. this evening, as this major storm system gathers strength, we expect thunderstorms to form in an west to east area from roughly southern Wisconsin to along the Minnesota and Iowa border. Again, this moisture moving northward from the Gulf of Mexico is going to interact with this front and the strong storm system heading out of the west to form these storms by late in the afternoon. If we were to look at what a simulated reflectivity or radar picture would look like at 6 p.m. today, for example, see most of the area is again filled with storms and rainfall over the area, with some of the stronger storms located further west over southeast Minnesota, northeast Iowa, and even points westward. So if we looked at where that exactly is, maybe centered along the I-90 corridor during the evening hours and continuing into the later evening. By 1 a.m. during the overnight hours, we're going to have a cold front sweeping eastward. So that cold front, ahead of that, we will have another line of storms that will be entering the area from the west. So we first have that evening area of east-west storms, and then another round of storms probably later in the evening and during the overnight. The Storm Prediction Center has placed us in the western areas west of the Mississippi in a moderate risk of severe weather today, but really the area highlighted here shows an elevated threat versus normal for severe weather. Some of those threats include tornadoes, although we think the probability for tornadoes is probably further west of I-35. We can't rule out a tornado occurring with any storm today. But really the main threat looks to be damaging winds in the red area there you see west of the Mississippi, as well as large hail. And again, that's west of the Mississippi mainly. And then that threat spreads eastward overnight tonight. There's also an isolated threat in the afternoon and evening hours east of the Mississippi. Rainfall amounts for today and tonight. We're expecting somewhere between 1 to 2 inches to fall, with most of the heaviest rainfall occurring northwest of La Crosse, mainly in the southeast Minnesota into the north central Wisconsin area. As the cold front spreads eastward, we expect that rain to spread eastward with it. So tomorrow we're looking at rainfall of a little bit less here, and most of the heavier rainfall has moved off to the north and off to the east, with most rainfall now being on Saturday about a half of an inch over the state of Wisconsin. So if we put all the information together in one graphic, you can see the best risk in this red area for severe weather this afternoon and into the evening hours. And again, as you work your way west, your severe weather threat is best. So points further east would be more isolated severe weather, and as you move towards the west, your severe weather would be a little bit more widespread. Heavy rainfall is possible with storms today, and as the cold front sweeps through, again, there's a small risk of severe weather on Saturday in the state of Wisconsin, and mainly central and southwest Wisconsin in this vicinity. So in summary, storms we expect to reform later this afternoon and during the evening hours, kind of on an east to west band. Some of those storms could be severe. The more likely severe area would be further west, and the potential for wind, hail, and locally heavy rain is out there. We can't rule out the tornado possibility as west, or as well. But again, your main threat here is further west is where your risk is best. One of the main impacts might be evening football games, a lot of people outdoors. Any storms that form have the risk of lightning. And recall, anytime you hear thunder, you're at the threat. You're within the threat of getting struck by lightning. And our storm spotters out there may be called upon during the evening hours to help us storm spot and find out what kind of conditions these thunderstorms are producing. So again, this was a severe weather briefing for Friday, October 4th, for the afternoon and evening threat of severe weather.